Do you know the name that God revealed to Moses? Imagine this. You are standing before a secret so powerful that it has been guarded for thousands of years, a name that prophets dared not utter, that kings revered in silence, and that priests only whispered once a year. What if I told you that the true name of God is not the one everyone uses, but something much deeper, something that could change the way you understand the Bible forever? Today, we are going to unlock one of the greatest mysteries of the Scriptures, the true name of God. But before we begin, let me know in the comments. Do you think knowing God's name exactly is important? Or is its meaning more significant? Your opinion matters to me. And if you want us to discuss other intriguing biblical topics, let me know as well. Subscribe now, because this is something you won't want to miss. In this video, we're not just going to talk about God's name. We're going to dive into a mystery that has fascinated theologians, historians, and believers for centuries. From the enigmatic Tetragrammaton, YHWH, in the Old Testament, to the revelation of Jesus in the New Testament, we will explore why this name is so important and what it means for us today. Is it just a word? Or is it a gateway to a deeper relationship with the divine? This is not just another theology video. This is an exploration that could transform your faith. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, I will reveal something incredible that no one has told you before. The significance of names in Hebrew culture. In Hebrew culture, names were not just labels. They were declarations of identity and purpose. Every name had a deep meaning that revealed something essential about the person or deity it referred to. For example, the name Abraham means father of multitudes, and Isaiah means God is salvation. But what about the name of God? Why is it so important, and why has it been guarded so carefully? In the Old Testament, the name of God appears more than 6,800 times as YHWH, known as the Tetragrammaton. This name was so sacred that the Israelites did not pronounce it aloud. Instead, they used titles like Adonai, Lord, or Elohim, God. But what does YHWH mean, and why is it so mysterious? The mystery of the Tetragrammaton. To understand the importance of God's name, we must immerse ourselves in the historical and cultural context of the time. In the ancient world, names not only identified a person, they revealed their character, authority, and relationship with others. That is why, when God reveals his name to Moses at the burning bush, he is not simply giving him a label, he is revealing his very essence. YHWH is one of the most sacred and mysterious names of God in the Bible. These 4 Hebrew letters appear in almost every book of the Old Testament, but no one knows exactly how they were pronounced. Scholars believe that the original pronunciation was lost over time, and what we have today as Yahweh or Jehovah are reconstructions based on ancient clues. But why was the original pronunciation lost? Some suggest it was to prevent the name from being used irreverently, while others believe it was to preserve its holiness. In ancient times, names held special power. It was believed that the name of a person or deity carried their essence and authority. That is why God's name is not just a way to refer to him. It is a revelation of who he is. I am who I am, the name revealed to Moses. In Exodus 3:14, when Moses asks God for his name, God responds, I am who I am. In Hebrew, this is Ehyeh, Asher, Ehyeh. This name is not just a declaration of existence. It is a revelation of God's eternal and self-sufficient nature. He is the one who exists by himself, who depends on nothing and no one. But why did God choose to reveal himself in this way? Some believe it was to distinguish himself from the pagan gods of the time. While the gods of Egypt and other nations were associated with forces of nature or specific aspects of life, the God of Israel presented himself as the creator of all things, the one who is above everything and cannot be compared to anything or anyone. The encounter at the burning bush. One of the most crucial moments in the Bible is Moses' encounter with the burning bush in Exodus 3. Moses is tending the sheep of his father-in-law when he sees a bush that burns, but is not consumed. As he approaches, God speaks to him from the bush and tells him that he has heard the cry of his people in Egypt. Moses, uncertain of his ability to lead the people, asks God, "Who am I to go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" And God replies, "I will be with you." But Moses insists, "If I go to the Israelites and say, 'The God of your fathers has sent me,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' what should I tell them?" It is here that God reveals his name. I am who I am. This is not just an answer to Moses' question. It is a promise that God will be with him every step of the way. God is not distant or indifferent. He is a present, active, and committed God. The name of God in the New Testament. Now let's move to the New Testament. Jesus often referred to God as Father and taught his disciples to pray, "Our Father who is in heaven." This was a radical shift from the Old Testament's emphasis on the sacred name, YHWH. Does this mean that the name lost its importance? Not at all. In fact, Jesus revealed something even deeper. God's name is not just a word, it is a relationship. When Jesus said, "I and the Father are one," he was showing us that the true name of God is reflected in his character, love, and presence in our lives. In John 17:6, Jesus prays, "I have manifested your name to the men you gave me." This does not mean that Jesus simply taught his disciples how to pronounce YHWH. Rather, he revealed God's character and nature to them. Jesus showed us that the name of God is not just something we say, it is something we live. The name of God in the life of the apostles. After Jesus' resurrection, the apostles continued to proclaim the name of God with power and authority. In Acts 3, Peter and John heal a crippled man in the name of Jesus. When people are amazed, Peter tells them, "Why do you marvel at this? Or why do you gaze at us? As if by our own power or godliness we had made him walk. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob has glorified his servant Jesus." In conclusion, what does the name of God mean for us today? The name of God is not just something we say. It is something we experience. It is an invitation to know him, trust him, and live in a close relationship with him. How can we honor God's name in our daily lives? How can we live in accordance with his character and will? The answer lies in understanding that God's name is more than just a word. It is a call to a transformed life. If this video has inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And of course, share your experiences in the comments. Together we can build a strong and positive community. Thank you for joining us on this journey of growth and transformation. See you in the next video.